I'm doing wonderful.
I'm doing amazing.
Well, good. I'm glad. Can you hear us okay, Angela?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Welcome, everybody that's tuning in out there in La La Land from coast to coast around the world, whether you're tuning in for the first time or the second or the third. Come on in, everybody. If you're not a member of the Bigfoot Outlaw family, join us. Join the family. Hit that icon. Welcome, John. Nice to see you there. Welcome, Joey. Hello, Crafty. Welcome. Hey, y'all got to stick around. And you would not believe what happened today. But anyway, this has been a nightmare. But welcome, everybody. And Dow, nice to see you there. And good evening. And Angela Boley's like, hello, good evening. And Chris is like, yay! So, but yeah.
Glad to be back. I was off last week due to illness. I'm ready to go now.
You look so much better this week. Not quite so pale.
Yeah, right. It's just been everybody. Our prayers go out to everybody that's been ill, that's been watching the network. Prayers to you and your friends and family. Hope you get better. Angela, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to a lot. It's been a little bit of a hectic week. Transmission went out in the car, had to go out and replace the car with another one, and had to make plans for both these vehicles. But, I've been praying about and asking for reliable transportation. And what I just did a video, it's like, I always advise people, have your car blessed. Every car that I have had blessed, when it failed and failed catastrophically, it failed under the best of circumstances where I get help or the car makes it home when it absolutely should not have made it home. And I've always arrived safely, even when the car has a horrible failure. And I strongly encourage you to have it blessed, because before I had my cars blessed, before I would, when I didn't bless my cars or have them blessed, the cars would just fail in the middle of the highway when they would fail, or spin out in the middle of the highway or the road, and I'll be stuck somewhere trying to, police has to be called and all that. Well, have your cars blessed, because at least if they do fail and they do break down, at least somebody in heaven is looking after you to make sure you get home safe.
That's true. Now, what color is it?
Well, my new car is a very dark gray with gold accents.
Ooh, sounds very nice. Congratulations on manifesting a new vehicle.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just glad to have something nice to drive. It's been years since I bought a new car, so because I wasn't able to buy a new car for a long time, and I'm very glad that have the honor of being able to purchase one finally.
So, what has your psychic senses been telling you about the new upcoming solar eclipse that's happening tomorrow?
I feel like there are doors opening. I feel like that's what it's doing, and I feel like we've all reached up. I feel like about 3 or 4 months ago, like everybody reached a higher level of frequency in this realm. And now that we're going to have another eclipse, and everything seems to be coordinated with the sun and the moon, that with the new eclipse, that these high frequency doors will be open, and then more people are going to have psychic experiences all around the world, more so than they ever done in the past. And I think that's going to cause people to question and to reach out to us and to learn about these new abilities that are been awakened in them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Energy is very interesting. I can say that much. And people, if you don't believe me, wait till you go through the change. Be like, wow. Just pay attention. What do you think, Chris?
I agree. I think the solar eclipse is going to be kind of I don't want to use the term blessing, but it's going to be more of a awakening. It's going to help us. I think it's going to be beneficial. I've been telling everybody that this is the year where it's out with the old, in with the new. So let's say a car breaks down. Okay, that means that moving that vehicle out of the way for new blessings and better things to come in.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely. John says ask for protection every day. So when he gets in the car and truck, absolutely.
I always say a prayer to Saint Joseph that I arrive safely. And Saint Christopher is the patron saint of travelers, and people used to have Saint Christopher medals on their rearview mirrors. And the story was
I
yeah,
got the challenge coin clipped to my visor.
you know, Saint Christopher was said to be a very large person, like a giant, but he didn't know how to swim, and there was a child that needed to cross a stream, and he picked up the child, and then it got deeper and deeper, and then he eventually drowned, but the child made it to the other side, and so he became the patron saint of travelers.
Right. Yeah. I know a lot of people use those medallions and also St. Joseph medallions and emblems in their vehicles. So absolutely. Chris, what do you use? Mr. Potato Head? I can see, Chris. I can see clearly for miles from now.
Who blabbed? Who blabbed?
Do you see Chris? Chris say, he's so out of his chair. So, Chris, I can't get the image out of my head. So, what do you use?
What was it? They say laughter is contagious. They're right. Besides Mr. Potato Head, I use I carry a purple amethyst little crystal around my neck. I also have a lucky 4-leaf clover that I use, and I even keep a little pocket Bible in my wallet for words of encouragement and all that.
That's great. It really is. It's awesome. I can't look at Chris. So, ladies and gentlemen, we decided before Mary. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. And they're like, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, you got to go back and watch it. And Joey's like, hey, Michelle, I can't. Oh, he's waving. I thought it was the hand on the face. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in for the first time and you'd like to have a brief mini reading or a brief sample, just say I do or me, please, and we'll put your name in the pot as we're talking. we are very serious.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Okay. This is the bad thing about being live. You cannot go action and start over and go back and just clip it out, right? Mr. Got you online. You got to like stone cold face, not laugh. But what's bad though is with Chris, once you get that image in your head, because he gets that little dance. You know what I'm saying? And it reminds me of the safety dance. And I can't get that out of my head.
We'll be right back after these messages have been through.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to go get my heart pills. I can't find where I'm at. Where's my buttons? Oh my gosh, okay. Let's see here. Dow. Got you, Dow. Chris. I got you, Chris. Let's see here. Media. That's from. And just because Chris said that, we always make sure and put our disclosure up there for everybody.
But you may see Mr. Potato Head.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, Chris. So, hello, Curtis. Nice to see you there. All right. So, I think I've got everybody. Is everybody saying hello to everybody? So if you're just now tuning in and you like to have a little reading, or if you have a question, please make sure and put it out there in the comments. I do, or me, please, and I'll go back through there and check it. And Dark Crypto, please. I see where this is headed. No pun intended, right, John? And you're no help, John. Thank you. And we'll put you in line there. So I'll put a question. I got you, Crafty. Yes. So let's go right away and let's see who we have here. Mystic. I like a message for my higher self.
All right, a message from her higher self. And did you want to go, Chris, first, and then me, and then
Sure.
Chris?
Yeah. Chris, you go. I'll get my cards.
Yeah. So what I'm picking up on is what I'm hearing is follow your heart.
Where's my note?
Always listen to what your guys are saying because they're whispering to you. I hear, and they're saying, follow your heart, follow your dreams, and let this be the year that you accomplish things that you want to accomplish. Don't be afraid. I feel like maybe there's a little bit of scaredness within you. Don't be afraid to follow your heart and venture out there. Put yourself out there, and have all the moments of fun and stuff that you want. Don't hesitate. And that's what I keep hearing is to follow your heart, because I feel like you're you know what you'd like to see, but you have to give yourself that little push. And what do you have, Angela?
All right, so the first rune I got for Mystic, I'll put this up on the screen. This is Pertho. So Pertho is the rune of the future, and it kind of looks like a die cup. If you take a look at it here, it might be hard to see, but it kind of looks like a die cup. And this rune is about the future. So from your message from your higher self, it's like it's all about the future. It's all about the future. And from what I'm getting from your higher self, it's a bright future, and to have a lot of hope. I'm feeling a reassurance that you chose the future before you got here, that what your path is now. The next rune I got here is Ingwas. So Ingwas is the rune of protection, stability, and also fertility. I'm being told abundant future for you, that you are manifesting abundant future, but any fear or hesitation may prevent that or slow it down. So make sure not to have fear or hesitation. There is an element of risk taking when you have Pertho, because Pertho was a die cup. They would put die in there and toss that dice using that die cup. The next rune I have here is Dagaz. So Dagaz is the rune of enlightenment. It's the height of the sun, and then in the extreme noon time, where you have light and dark shadow. And what I'm getting is that a full enlightenment, like you fully understand your shadow self. And I feel like you have to have work still to do there on your shadow self. Once you've done your shadow work and you've incorporated more of the shadow aspect, you love the shadow self, you come out of that, you actually experience a wholeness that you've never had before, in a greater clarity, and you know what's right for you.
Yeah, that's so interesting, right? is as Chris was talking, I was shuffling the cards, and I was watching, and I was seeing the sun setting in the shade, and I thought I was done, and the cards would not stop. It would, the cards binded, so it tells me I had to reshuffle, and I didn't realize Angela was talking. And when I looked down and I saw the card, it was the cup card, the Four of Cups. And it's interesting, talks about the meditation. And if you tie with Chris and Angela and the cups, it comes full circle. And I think that is a beautiful message that's being delivered. And what's interesting is when you have somebody that has abilities, right, and you get a similar or same message from different people, you know that the message is accurate to a certain degree. Now, can you test that theory on this channel? Yes, you can, because Angela and I have tested it. Chris and I have tested it. Chris, Angela, and I have tested it going in blind, haven't we, Angela? And Angela tested that, and I tested that last night, didn't we?
Absolutely.
So, and it's just amazing. And the client that Angela was introduced to last night did not meet her anything. And I just sat back, and Angela did numerous different types of readings. And she was just like, oh my God, it was just like a mirror. And she also went to somebody else, ladies and gentlemen, and paid and got a reading. And it was mirrored to me. It was mirrored to Angela's readings as well. And that's what I'm saying. No matter who you go to, the message is not going to change. It can change because people have free will. Free will can alter anybody's future, right? Everybody agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to slide the camera over, and here's Mary.
Okay, so the trapped emotions that on the cards that came out for you, there was some outlier cards that were on toward the outside, and those were the control, panic, and trust cards. In the center, it had fallen. The very first card that fell down was the digestive card, and then on top of that, heartbreak and emptiness. And so what I was getting on this is from a past heartbreak where your trust was really broken at some point, that you never truly have gotten over that and forgiven yourself and forgiven the person. And so because of that, this emptiness is there where you don't feel completely filled up and your cup's full, dealing with others or in any type of relationship, or even if it's a friendship, that trust and that panic and that fear always keeps you from like truly investing into that relationship is what I'm getting.
Yeah. Let's see here. Welcome, VIP Renee Gayhart from the Ohio Bigfoot people from Ohio. You're awesome. Hello, Renee. I think Renee just became another grandmother. So, yes, congratulations there. Nice to have that grandbaby. Mystic, this resonates. Yellow heart, red heart. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll say this because when we do these readings are also not only for the individual, because I pick up on multiple energies. So this can also resonate. Whoa, my head's like washing. This also can resonate to other people too. What's your take, Angela?
Absolutely, because I usually, when I do readings too, and I will do readings on my Facebook page, I'll draw some runes and I'll make a posting about it, and I will do readings for message from spirit to all of humanity. And what comes up usually resonates with every single person on that page. And there is a similar goal. I feel like we're all beings from the same source. And so since we are all from the same source, these messages are going to resonate with all of us. And some degree, they're going to resonate in our very cells of our beings. And we're going to know that is true when that resonates, that a true word has been spoken.
No, absolutely. Chris, you want to add to that?
Yeah, and I want to second. I agree with what Angela just said, and also, if you follow your heart, follow your dreams, and you can make positive changes in your life. One thing I've always been taught is to manifest everything. Even write it down and put it under your pillow what you want at night, what you want to see happen in the future, and make it so. Make it a part of your everyday vocabulary. I will do this. I will achieve this. I will have this blessings in my life, and then watch them come into fruition. What do you think,
Yes.
Mary?
I agree with everything that they said.
Yeah, it's just it's terrible going first because you want to say so much, but you don't want to say too much because then everybody else, you don't want to overtalk them. And then you don't want to be last because then you don't have anything to say because everybody else done covered everything, right? So welcome, Maria. Melissa, come on down. You're the next contestant on Angela Boley's show. Come on down. So as I'm getting your card together, it'll be myself, Angela, Kristen, Mary, Melissa. Your energies, it seems familiar for some reason. I have no idea why. But your card, ooh, you are coming into a good fortune this year. It seems like whatever you planted, you're going to reap because what you sowed, which is awesome. But you are a very giving person. So whatever that you give and taketh, you giveth as a reward. So it's interesting because it's like royalty, right? I see you walking around to the peasants, passing out gold coins and bronze and wheat. So it tells me how generosity and generous you are with that. But I also see that other side of you, how you have to be guarded because people can also take advantage of that kindness. But you are in for a great year this year. What do you think, Angela?
All right, let's see what the runes say. First rune I got is Noddies. So Noddies, and I'll hold this up here for you. So Noddies, it kind of looks like these two sticks. This is the need fire. This is the sticks you rub together in a case of emergency. But what I get the impression of, since it can also be both survival, it can also represent love because of the fire aspect. And what I'm feeling is a romance kindling off of this. The next rune I got is Kenya's. So Kenya's is the rune of light. Okay, so this is a torch that you would make in the woods if you were lost. The bottom part is the handle. The top part is the torch that would be covered with pine tar and lit. And what I'm got is follow the light, but follow the light. I get like follow your heart, like follow your spirit, what your spirit is leading you to. And it feels like you know where you're being sent to, like your spirit is just making that beeline for it. The next rune I got is Tiwa. So Tiwa's, it kind of looks like an arrow going up. And this represents victory. It also could be an oath, it can be a promise, and it can even be sacrifice. But what I'm getting off of this is tremendous victory. I see tremendous accomplishment. It feels like there is a lot of good things lighting up. Like financially, I see this happening. And I also see this in your love life happening. And then towards the end of this year, it feels like a very satisfying year for you. It's prosperous in every area of your life.
Chris?
Oh yes, and so with that, Angela just said you have the love and hope that's going to be coming into you. Invite that and let that in. Let all the love in the whole universe that's coming towards you. Let that all in, and take that and listen carefully to when that love comes in. You'll hear words of encouragement, words of hope, words of leading you into the future. Because love can carry so much heartfelt messages that maybe we don't necessarily hear those messages all the time, but when they come to us, if we can decipher those or just let those in, and then go with that, because I feel like the more love you let in, I feel like the more happier and the more your higher self's gonna shine and go through. What do you think, Mary?
I definitely agree. On the cards that I pulled, what I was seeing for the trapped emotions and everything that's holding you back, I will go ahead and just state these. On the outliers, there was the spine, and then there was also a jealousy card. And so, in the spine area where I was getting, it was mainly like the mid to upper back area. And when I feel that area, that is where you have felt a lot of burden in life and being held back, and then feeling like you gave way too much and never receiving back. So it's almost like an empty outpour. The cards that those had landed on in the middle was the first one was the pancreas card. And so the pancreas is the sweetness of life. And so when I see this, whether it's manifested physically yet or not, it could be blood sugar, hypoglycemia, any of that type. But if it hasn't, when it hasn't manifested, what this is showing that you're not enjoying life to the fullest. Okay. The next card up was generalized pain. So you're holding all of these trapped emotions everywhere, and it has a lot to do with the spine area and all those burdens that have been placed on you. The next card that fell was the immune system. And so typically when I see a lot of these, I would almost guarantee, I don't want to say guarantee, but I'm feeling that these may have already physically manifested. It could even be diabetes or blood sugar problems due to that immune issue. The next card that had fallen on top of that was family and then emptiness. And so these trapped emotions, and when I was feeling these burdens, it was like growing up, you felt like you were never heard, and you felt like people didn't love you or connect with you the way that you needed. And so because of that, it made you feel very empty. So one of the things that you would want to do is you definitely want to pray to release those types of emotions, and from that, so you can get those burdens off of you. Crystal healings, prayer, spiritual healings, any of those, because once you start releasing that stuff, your physical health and the muscular and all that tightness and everything will go away.
Wow. Angela, they want a solar reading. And that
All
is
right.
that name?
So Salima Witnana, I think is what it says.
How you say it?
Salima Witnana.
Okay, welcome to the channel. Nice to have you. We're going to have Angela do that reading for you.
Okay, we'll do a solar reading for you. Okay, so the first rune I got, this is Dega. So this is the sun at the height of power. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. I'll put this right up here. And of course, it kind of looks like two D's back to back, but it represents the fullness of the sun. So what I'm being told here is like you need to come into your own power. There is something about power that you've been held back. You've been held back, and you've been tired of being held back. And I felt like it's like you've been held back by others, and like you've been under discouragement. And the next rune I got, this is Urus. So Urus kind of looks like a U, but it's upside down, and one arm is kind of longer than the other. And this rune means strength, and it's also iron as well. What I got is fortitude, that you've just been hanging on and just trying to hope that you can get past this point of being restrained by other people and being held back. But I'm showing this is mana. So this is the rainbow bridge. It's also intellect. It's humanity. And I feel like your time to shine is coming. Okay, your time to shine is coming. And I feel like these people that have been holding you back will fall by the wayside, and that you will stand apart from them. It feels like you venture out on your own independent venture, and it turns out to be very successful for you. And these other people that have been holding your back are going to be left behind.
Yeah. And so many Yankees. I thought it was so many snowflakes. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry. No, I'm sorry. Look, I take that back. I don't have my glasses. Thanks for tuning in, because I'm half blind. But we're not talking to demons or fallen angels. This is spiritual, and we would, yeah, that's no. But if you feel that you're talking to those, Angela, explain to them.
Is it locked up? Angela?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you explain to them?
No,
When you're doing a reading, who are you talking to? Is what he's
well,
saying.
I am talking to my angelic being. So
Right.
I'd actually think it was source. The demonic is not allowed to talk to me. The
Right.
angels display the demonic, and actually Jesus came to me in a vision and told me that he gave me this gift, and that he would be speaking through the Holy Spirit when I'm doing these readings. He would also be sending angels, and that he had given me these gifts. And he told me in this vision that he is the only one who controls this gift. So Jesus gave this himself to me. Okay? And if you look at the episodes in the Bible, people
Right.
have
And Angela, and anything on our channel is only white light and spiritual through Jesus and through the Lord. So I mean, it's. I'm glad they brought it up, and I apologize for the names. I don't have my glasses. No, but you're more welcome anytime. Yes, Renee. Okay, you're second in line. And Renee, why is your heart fluttering? You're gonna make me go get my nitros. So okay, Angela. Next. Let's see here. We have Kathleen. Any messages for her?
All right, Kathleen, let's take a look here and see if there's any messages for you from the runes. Now, I see a sunburst for you. I see a sunburst. That's like the first image that I get in my mind is a sunburst. And I see it coming through a bunch of rain. And I see all these colors coming through the raindrops from the sun. And I'm being told that this is a promise that Jesus has made to you, that you will be healed. It feels like that there will be an end to grief. The first rune I pick up here, this is Ratho, or Ratho, and it is the rune of the solar wheel. It is a rune of traveling with honor, dignity, and the impression I get here is that you chose a higher path. You chose the higher path. You chose the path of light. You chose to be the kind of person. You chose to rise above and not react in a vengeful or angry way. And because of this, you've been promised healing, and you are definitely on the right path. So you will be healed. And the next rune I got here is this is actually mana. So this is the rainbow bridge between the spirit world and the physical world. And what I'm getting off of this is that you have made that connection to God. I feel like you suffered a lot of grief and loss recently, but you had made such a deep and sincere childlike connection with God that God is powerfully going to rescue you and powerfully heal you. And the next rune I got, this is Helgelas. So Helgelas has many different meanings. Its original meaning was the Hellstone, which was, the little ball of ice coming from the sky. And depending on when it falls, it can either be a blessing or a disruption, but it can also be transformation. And it has the energy of being healed from past hurts on here. And so what I'm getting that you're going to be undergoing a profound transformation. It's like you're going to be a new and stronger healed person and more in tune with the spirit world. And I feel like you're going to be resonating with light. And it's going to be awe-inspiring when your transformation is complete.
Wow. That was fantastic, Angela. So, how you doing there, Chris?
Hello, how you doing, Chris?
I'm doing fantastic. So what's happening?
Everything's going great, but what I see for
no, what's happening?
Well, you're still talking about the potato head from earlier, right?
No. Let's get ready to happen in 20 minutes.
Oh, yes. Everybody stay tuned, because in 20 minutes we got another special episode of the Fright Files. And tonight we'll be talking about Children of the Corn, as well as some other deep, dark stories. So stay with us. It's going to be a frightful evening for me and Madam Mina.
That's right. So if you haven't seen Chris in action, stay tuned, because Chris is going to disappear and reappear in 20 minutes. We'll see you on the next show, Chris. Bye-bye.
Bye, Chris.
All right, Angela. Wow, what a fantastic reading. It's just amazing. As you talk, I visualize, I see everything. And it's just amazes the capabilities that you have. Kathleen says, thank you so much, Angela.
Oh, you're very welcome. Very happy to be just the messenger.
Okay,
so this was for Kathleen.
Yes.
Okay, Kathleen. So the way that your cards fell, there was two different groups that fell. And so on the first group that fell off to the side was the anxiety card. And then the next card on top of that was the hematology card. And so hematology, not only does that refer to blood and circulation and all that, but hematology typically, when I get a reading like this means this is something that has passed through generation to generation. So it's something that has carried over. On top of that was the stress card. And then on top of that is now the throat chakra. And then on top of that is the female reproduction. And so when I see something like this, and I see high anxiety and then the throat and stress and all this, at some point, someone from a family, it's going to be on a female that had bothered you at some point, or where it's carried down on that side of the mother's lineage line. there's a lot of holding back and not able to speak your truth when you're having all this stress and anxiety. So like if you're talking to somebody and your anxiety response or you start getting stressed out, you're one of them that doesn't speak, you might find yourself almost feeling like you're choking. The other cards that fell in the other piles, one was the self-worth, and then abandonment was on top of that. On top of those cards was the liver card. And so when I see that, the liver is the seat of anger. So there was a lot of frustration and it affected your self-worth on this person, made you feel abandoned. The next card on top of that is the respiratory. So a lot of times when I see a respiratory, not only does it physically maybe mean that you have problems with your lungs, it could be asthma, any of that stuff that is affected, but a lot of times a lot of trapped grief is held in your lungs. And so I will happen to see that a lot of times if there's any type of anger or abandonment issues, because a lot of times they haven't grieved over that. The next card on top of that is intimate relations. And so this abandonment and all of this anxiety, this has caused you a lot of problems with, again, intimate relationships, whether it's with a sexual partner or even close friendships, not outliers like acquaintances, but close stuff. The next one on top of that was the male genital. And so when I see that right with the intimate relationships, I'm going to be safe to feel that you have had a lot of problems with males in your life. There's a lot of barriers. There's a wall there. And then the top card that fell on top of that is insecurity. And so because of all of these issues and all this, it has been held and trapped in you to where you can't fully function and truly be opened up, especially with this area. And so anytime you see the throat chakra, you could have a lot of ear, nose, and throat problems, jaw problems, TMJ. Any of those can physically manifest. But the things that you want to do to work on that, as you can see, like what I'm wearing right now, this is a genuine turquoise necklace. This is a great type of jewelry or crystal healing if you ever want to help draw that negativity and draw that stuff out of that area. It'll help cleanse it very quickly. And once you start getting that relieved, and again, anything in that area, thyroid, stuff like that can be affected. And so once you start pulling that out, you're going to find that it's much easier to speak up for yourself and hold boundaries.
Yes, absolutely. That is so true. Now, Renee Gayhart, I want you to come up. This will be her first time ever that I know of reading. So this is very special. And the reason why I say this is very special, hopefully she don't mind me talking about this, is because she didn't know too much about what we do a while back ago, and we talked about it, and I'm very surprised that she's here and open arms. Renee's very spiritual. I'm not saying that she's not, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy she's here and excited. I just cannot believe. I'm honored. Okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you, Renee. I was treading until you said yes or no. But yes, and I'm very honored for her to be here. She and her organization and Tim are welcome here anytime. But for her to ask for a reading is wow. I will not do one because I know some of her and her family, so I would be tainted some, but Angela and Mary does not. So Angela, feel free to take it away, dear.
All right. So the first card I got for you, this is Gay Boat. So Gay Boat represents gift. And what I'm being told with this rune is that you have been given a gift to help others. It's a very powerful gift. I'm being told it's a very high gift. It's a very special mission that you've been given. And you see, and it comes direct from source. It comes direct from God. And then the next rune I got is Nadis. So Nadis is the rune of survival. It can be also tightness around the chest. I do feel there's some anxiety. I do feel tightness in my chest when I connect with their energy. It feels like you have a lot of, it's like anxiety or worries that are on your heart. And I'm feeling that pressure, but you also have this gift. So you have this tremendous gift. And you could let those anxieties go and just give it over to God and just say, look, I'm going to give over my anxiety to God. I'm not going to worry. Jesus said, my peace I give you, my peace I leave with you, I give, but not as the world gives. And if you're like me, and if you had anxiety in the past and you write that down, that verse down, or post it where you can see it every day and just believe in it and breathe that verse in, it's incredible to feel the difference of what that verse does. The next rune I have here is Ingwas. So Ingwas is the rune of, this is the father, the protector of the household. This is stability, prosperity. And what I'm feeling is protection from above. It's like protection from the Heavenly Father, like very strong warrior protection. When I'm being told to tell you, you are very strongly protected and to not worry. Do not worry. You are very strongly protected. God sees everything.
Okay, what's interesting is Angela, as you were talking, I don't know, Renee, who this is. As an older gentleman who's coming through, was saying, "Tell me, baby, I'm here. Tell me, baby, I'm here." I don't know who that is, but Renee, who would that be? It's like I want to say like a father figure. Um, no hair, bald. Does this resonate with anybody that you know? My daddy passed 3 years ago, and I feel him every day. Oh, my baby. Okay, that makes sense. So this male presence is with you every day. I can assure you of that. It was interesting is that when Angela was talking about the pressure on your heart, uh, I felt that as soon as I clicked on your name. I thought it was my heart because I was telling Mary, do I need to get my heart pills? Because usually, since my heart attack, Mary has my pills by the studio or by our computers during the shows. That's why I have to ask sometimes because I'm still learning. But Angela, you are, yeah, he was bald. Okay. So, Renee, do you holler at your dad? Like, do you get mad? Do you fuss at him? Uh, but I also see you miss him and you cry. And you're like, Daddy, I wish you were here. You're like, damn it, Daddy, I wish you were here. Daddy, I love you. He sees that. He recognizes that. He loves that. He understands that. So just recognize that he knows and he sees all that. Okay. Yes, I do. Oh my God, I'm crying now. Hey, it's okay. I'm just glad that he actually came through. I wasn't actually planning on doing a reading for you or actually talking to you about anything. It's just with Angela, uh, sometimes Angela can open up some doors for me when she talks. And sometimes some things can come through. Ain't the right, Angela?
Absolutely. It's just like, just this the energy that I haven't been given, that I open doors. Just like when we connect, it's like I allow all the spirits to come through. So the message that you're meant to give, it comes through to you, and then the message I'm meant to give comes through.
Right,
And so
right.
we're working together.
All right, all right. I'm going to turn the camera and go ahead there, Mary.
Hi, Renee. And so going on top of everything that they're saying, the trapped emotions that are being harbored right now. So they fell in two different groups. And so there was, again, the hematology card. Again, this is your bloodline. And I'm going to go ahead since I've already heard them, but this has to deal with your father's death. And so on that, it fell, the cards with it were emptiness, insecurity, and anger. And so, this, you haven't fully grieved to let go of all of these trapped emotions. And so the next one that fell over was your mental clarity, control, and stress. And then those fell in the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. And so, the way I'm getting since his death, you've really pulled back and really closed yourself off to pretty much everybody, especially your family and close friends. When I see blockages like this in your sacral and your solar plexus, those are your connections to other people. And so they're very junked up right now because of all of this, the anger and not wanting to let go and still holding on to all of that. The thing that I would definitely pray about is to just ask the Lord to come and just help release all of that and heal you, so you can move on and have those connections that you so need, because you are a very social person and you're not yourself right now. And you kind of feel like a shell right now, and depleted is what I keep getting. And so you need to have that filled back up and with the right people.
Okay. Mary, how much time is left on the clock?
So it's 8:53.
Okay. Renee, real quick. I need to know, did your dad was missing something before he passed, or are you looking for something that was missing from your dad? I'm trying to understand, because as Mary was talking, I was getting that something was missing, or you're searching for something. I'm trying to see. I don't have my glasses. What does that say?
She says you're all perfectly spot on. Thank you all so much.
Okay, so she hasn't. If just say yes or no. I just need to know for yes. My dad is. What's she saying?
My dad's watch is missing.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. He is like, he's going nuts. So it seems like you have exalted. Oh, he's going nonstop about it. Okay, that's all right. So I understand. Now I know what the ticking was. So it wasn't like a normal. What kind of watch was it? Because it wasn't like a normal tick. It was strange because it wasn't like a ticking I would associate it with, kind of watch I would associate it with. So is this like a special watch?
The one with the chain.
I don't know what she's saying.
She hasn't. She said yes. There's nothing yet.
Okay. Renee, you got to type quick because we got another show coming up, hon. Okay, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Her dad is just like screaming something, and
you said it was a pocket
okay,
watch with
so
the chain. That's what I
okay,
was
so
saying.
she says pocket watch. Angela, are you getting anything?
Yes, I keep seeing tools. I keep saying near the tools, near the tools.
Okay, all right. So, Renee, we may have to talk to you. I'm getting more images. I don't know what this is, so I'll meditate on it some, Renee, and I'll reach out to you. I'm off tomorrow. I don't know what your schedule is, so I'll give you a shout and try to figure this out with you or something. Mary's already picked up on it. It was a pocket chain. That's why the ticking was different. So that makes sense to me. Angela's picking up on it, so maybe we can help. What does it say?
She said it was his pocket watch. Okay, get a hold of me anytime. Thank
Okay,
you.
not a problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you never know, like I said, what's going to happen during a live. I was not planning on doing a reading, and or not anticipating anything or anybody coming through. But this is what happens. So if you want to experience something like this, get a hold of Angela. You don't know what you can experience until you sit down. She can do so much runes, paintings, right, Angela?
Yes, and I make my strongest psychic connection is when I do art. So I do a reading and I make it a visual experience for you. I put that in art to artwork that I ship to you and you keep. And you can use that to connect with your spirit guides, and the messages are right there in front of you in a beautiful visual form.
And where can they follow you? Everything is at the bottom of the screen, but you have Facebook.
Yes, I have Facebook. I have a website. You can just, it's the best way to find me is to type in a search engine or search bar like Google and type in Angela Boley, psychic portrait artist, just like you see on the screen under my name. And my very first results, there will be my website, and the second one will be my Facebook page. You can just leave a comment on my Facebook page to reach me, or you can send me an email through my website. And of course, you can always, at the bottom, sometimes they scroll my asuperscroll@gmail.com email, where you can just email me as well. Don't be afraid to reach out.
Well, that's awesome. Angela, Mary, ladies and gentlemen, family members, viewers, friends, and family, it's been an honor for us to have an opportunity to give you all a reading. And it was an honor for Renee to come in and sit down and give us an opportunity to give a reading. And it, wow, her dad must have been excited because evidently there must be some unfinished business that he wants, I guess, us to help, I guess. So whatever we could try to do, we'll try to help somehow. So from coast to coast around the world, everybody, good night. Godspeed. We love you.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great night.
Bye.